I'm here in São Paulo, Brazil, at the Microsoft AI Tour. Walking through the sessions, you can sense that this isn't just curiosity about AI anymore. It's real conversations about how to make it work inside organizations. The scale of the event and the seriousness of the conversation signal something important. AI is no longer experimental, it's operational, it's strategic, and it's quickly becoming foundational to enterprise. That shift demands not just innovation, but governance, security, trust, and strong executive leadership. Today, I'm joined by Herain Oberoi, and we're going to explore what this next phase of AI transformation means, from security and data governance to AI agents and executive strategy. Let's begin. Herain, welcome. Tell us about yourself.
Harold, my name is Herain. I'm the VP of Data and AI Security at Microsoft, and I'm responsible for the data security business over here.
Awesome. And the AI tour is highlighting how AI is moving from pilots to full enterprise transformation. From your perspective, how is this shift reshaping priorities for C-suite leaders as they guide their organizations through this change?
AI is a once in a decade transformation that we're seeing right now. And what I'm seeing is that the board of directors is looking to the CEO and saying, what is your AI transformation strategy? And then the CEO is looking at their leaders, their business leaders and their IT leaders, and particularly their security leaders to say, how do we enable ourselves to move fast and do it in a way that's also safe and secure?
As enterprise accelerate AI adoption, what are the first steps leaders should take to ensure AI deployments are secure and reliable without slowing innovation?
There's a couple of things that we see people can do. And when we think about AI deployments, you have to think about two things. Think about the actual AI applications like copilots or ChatGPT and things like that. And then you have to think about agents. So when it comes to AI applications like M365 Copilot, the data security aspects of it are key. So making sure that your data is appropriately labeled, it's appropriately classified, and you've got the right resource access restrictions on the data. That's step number one. Step number two is when you think about deploying agents in your organization, every agent has to have an agent identity. If an agent doesn't have an agent identity, you don't know who the owner of the agent is, you don't know who the sponsor of the agent is. And so the agent doesn't behave in a way it's supposed to. Who do you hold accountable? So making sure we think about the data and we think about the accountability of the agents are two of the most important starting points, I would say.
Given your role at the intersection of security, AI transformation, and data governance, how should executive teams think about their data governance approach to ensure scalable and responsible AI transformation?
So yeah, when we think about data governance teams, that's extremely important when it comes to AI deployments. AI itself is a very data intensive workload. You have data that you need to train AI, you need data that you need to ground AI, you need data for fine tuning, and then AI itself is producing data. So the data governance teams have to think about, again, what are the data sources that the AI has access to? What are the resource access conditions for the AI to those data sources? And then do the people who are building AI or the people that are building agents, do they have access to the right data? So the value of not just data access, but data quality as well becomes extremely important. And so having clear visibility into that through a catalog and then providing access and quality, those are some of the priorities that we should be thinking about.
As AI agents become more capable and autonomous, what principles should guide how organizations keep these systems aligned with enterprise policy and human oversight?
Yeah, that's a great question. I mean, there's obviously different levels of autonomy that agents will have and different levels of importance in terms of the tasks that the agents will do. So I think it's important for organizations to have a point of view in terms of how important is the task that an agent is doing. If an agent is doing a task that's extremely business critical, then I would say you want human oversight into that agent. If the task is something that's straightforward, that you could have some degree of error involved in it, human oversight becomes less and less important. So having a way to even classify agents in terms of importance of the tasks that they do, and based on that, deciding how much human oversight is needed is one of the ways in which you can think about policy management and governance that goes into this.
Many leaders are facing pressure on balancing the need for responsible and secure AI adoption with innovation quickly. What advice do you have for these leaders on how to balance this tension?
That's a great question. And we see this tension all the time. And what I would say is it's actually not even about balance. Having a safe and secure foundation to innovate is a prerequisite. And the reason I say this is because as I see organizations build AI, the ones that are moving quickly without the guardrails end up having to come back to the beginning again and apply the guardrails. So start thinking about security, start thinking about trust from day zero, from the start, from the beginning. It should be part of your innovation strategy, not something you do afterwards. So that would be my advice.
Looking at markets like Brazil and Latin America, what unique opportunities or challenges do you see when it comes to accelerating AI transformation at scale?
Yeah, I'd say Brazil and Latin America both have a really great opportunity over here. One is I've clearly seen from speaking with many of our customers that there's not only enthusiasm, but there's a lot of action and work that's happening already to adopt AI. When a disruptive technology like this comes out, it's an opportunity to embrace it and then leapfrog other markets with this as well. So given all the natural resources and breadth of industry that already exists, I think using an AI to further accelerate the economy, I think is a huge opportunity. And in terms of challenges, I think two things that, Brazil and Latin America will need to work with. One is, of course, the regulatory landscape and regulations. In Brazil, there's privacy regulations, and those will have to keep up as well. And then the other one's going to be language. As large language models evolve, making sure that we see cutting edge work happening in Spanish, in Portuguese, in the languages that are spoken here. That's going to be another area to continue to focus on.
What's clear from this conversation is that AI is becoming core infrastructure, a fundamental to enterprise strategy as cloud or connectivity. The next chapter won't define by who experiments the most, but by who scales the smartest. That means secure foundation, strong governance, trusted data, and leadership that understand both the opportunity and the responsibility. Herain, thank you for the insights. And to Microsoft, thank you also for bringing leaders together at this pivotal moment. The AI era isn't coming, it's being built right now.